Hello everyone, I am Dr. Eric Morrison. This is 7 Under 3, and I'll be covering trading education using the TC2000 and TradingView platforms. Hello, this is the Futures Week in Review, and I want to get started with the Australian dollar. As you can see here, it's crowded long, and there were no overall trades because I didn't have an FTM in support. I did have on Monday, nice $105 gain here to start the week with the COTA index in support. British pound, nice little gain, $68 on Monday, then a nice overall gain on Friday of $231 to close out the week. Next was the Japanese yen. As you can see, it is massively crowded short. Overall gain on Monday of $143, but a loss of $600 on Thursday after this confirmation on Wednesday. Next one was the New Zealand dollar. This was absolutely superb. This was crowded long. Had two overall trades, one on Tuesday. Fantastic trade, $250 gain on one contract, and then a $360 gain on Friday. Beautiful setups and confirmation, and now it is overall mixed to the negative side on the commercials for this Sunday. Nice overall trades for the week. Swiss franc, nice overall trade for the week. Had an initial loss on Monday of $168, then got it all back. $968 overall Wednesday and Thursday. Beautiful gains here for Swiss franc. Nice overall squeeze. We're looking at the 90th percentile in terms of large speculators here, so this will be a nice candidate for a long going into next week. Just got to wait for confirmation. Little bounce off the 200 here too, so this might be a good Sunday Monday fade for next week. South African rand, nice overall short, $275 gain or profit, then kind of a give back of $300 on Wednesday. Still set up for the short side for Sunday. Cocoa had a couple of, one trade here was on Wednesday. Nice overall gain of $2,000 on one contract. Beautiful trade there. Heating oil, nice wonderful trade here with the confirmation on Monday. Nice overall gain to the downside on Monday and a give back on Wednesday. Huge overall drop on Friday. That was a $2,240 gain. Cotton kind of fizzled out. Nice overall trigger and setup for a COTA index on Monday. Went ahead, hit the point of control on the volume profile. I got out and did not stay in it. If it closed above the volume profile, then I would have stayed in, but it started to sputter and then it came right back down. And now the cotton index is still set up for a buy. However, the crowding is only in the 50th percentile, so I didn't stick with it after Monday. And there was no confirmation signals on the FTM. Dollar for next week is crowded long, and commercials are below their 6-month average. We did, however, have overall strength towards the end of the week. Big surge in price on Thursday and a follow through on Friday. Mid caps, no actual signal on the FTM, but what you did was you saw a surge to the upside well above the Z3, and just kind of on the weekly, what we have is a shooting star to the downside, and now it went from commercials above their 6-month average to below their 6-month average, and we have strong selling positioning in the 70th percentile. So look for more price action to the downside. We don't have a COTA index here for support, so we're just going to go ahead and continue to watch that. Could bounce off the RL270 here. Same with the S&P 500. Massive downward movement. It was mixed, however, so there was no trades taken on the S&P. Gold, however, and I missed this one, overall point and figure that was set on March 22nd of 2023, top ticked it here and then started its movement to the downside. So when you have massively crowded long futures here and it hits a major liquidity zone like the point and figure that's been set back a year ago, it's good to set that as a strong sell position or put it in a sell limit order at that point. Massive movement to the downside from that top tick of 24.79 to the current close price is 13,800. Lean hogs was crowded short, did have an overall indicator to go long, gain of $420 on Wednesday. Copper, absolutely wonderful short trade. Overall turn happened around May 16th and is continuing to go down. Still crowded long to the long side. If you're day fading this, it's a nice little trade here on Friday for a $637 gain. Heating oil, continued movement to the downside. I didn't trade it because commercials are above their 6-month average, which means they're hedging, and some overall losses here going forward. Coffee, however, I did trade, and I did fantastic on these overall trades. First trade on Monday was $2,287 gain. Then on Thursday, another $1,012 gain. And then Friday, $1,368 gain. Coffee was a nice surprise to the downside. Had an overall COD index to the downside and nice overall trading throughout the week. Used the FTM in support. Had a little give back of $93.75, but for the most part, all throughout, nice gains on coffee short. Hard red wheat had an overall buy on Wednesday for a $125 gain, one contract. Lumber was to the upsides and no FTM confirmation, no trade. Live cattle was to the downside. Overall loss on Tuesday and Friday for $220. Emerging markets, one of the best trades that I had for the week. Started out on Monday. Nice overall gains of $625. A little give back of $310, so about half. Then I picked it up on Thursday for $655 gain. Wonderful trade. No trade on natural gas. Commercials in the long side. Overall loss on the Nikkei, which was mixed on Wednesday, of $1,750. I had an overall stop here at the end and just kept going down at that point. I missed this trade, but it was overall basically the NASDAQ had been going up so much I haven't even been looking at it to go short. There was a signal on Wednesday and for a nice profit of $2,500 on Thursday. Nice signal for Friday. It is at the RL270, so we could have overall retracement on Monday. OJ, it was a nice trade here in terms of a nice quick one to the RL270. That was a $562 profit hitting the RL270 there. Palladium continues downward movement even though large speculators are crowded short. The overall metals, however, are crowded long. And if we look at the metals in general, from gold, copper, palladium, platinum, and silver, massively crowded to the long side on the 70th percentile, and even commercials and large speculators maxed out on their COD index, with small speculators in the 80th percentile. And this is what we have for next week, but look at the massive gain if you went short as far as the batch trade, trading one contract each. It's a 28K short on a batch trade going short on the metals. Huge drop. Silver and platinum did do their squeezes along with copper, and then gold started to follow suit last. Nice overall gain on the metals as far as going short. Platinum too as well. Took this trade. Nice $1,200 gain on Thursday, followed by a $400 gain on Friday. Gas, nice little drop here. $88 and then another $86 with the gap included. Nice, and was out on Tuesday. Now it is signaled to go short on Friday for Monday, and so we'll see what it has in store for crude oil and gas. And we have the 200 here at 2.4, so we'll see, goes there and touches that as an overall wear target. Russell went up immediately and now is starting to retrace. No overall trade to the short side. As you can see, the FTM is keeping us out. With this overall surge, it could retrace come next week. Real estate went up, is now kind of drifting sideways. Sugar is hedged with commercials above their 6-month average in their 60th percentile, and no FTM in support for an overall trade this week. So no trade on sugar. Silver, however, I did trade and did overall nice gain on Thursday of $1,405 profit. The Ultra 10-year had an overall trade to the upside. Still, commercials are below their 6-month average on this weak buying positioning. Now has a COT indice to the reverse, so I'm not trading it. But last week, nice little gain of $137 for the Ultra 10-year. Same for the bonds. VIX has started to show its actual movement after being so low for so long. Gap up, had a overall trade for Monday, and then just kept going up and up and up and up. $508 on Wednesday, for $543 on Thursday, and $666 on Friday. There's a lot of fear building up in the market, with the market kind of turning over here as far as an overall retracement. We'll see if the retracement continues to go to the downside. XAE did not trade this, no trade for the week. XAF, overall movement to the upside. It was crowded short with large speculators at 100% on this side, on the short side, and then they reversed. Absolutely incredible reversal here for next week. Like 95% and 96% reversal for commercials and large speculators for finance. And so it went up, shot up, all the way up here. Now we have a shooting star going to the upside. It was $1,350 on Tuesday and $1,137 on Wednesday. And now it is totally reversed, and now is crowded long in the 80th percentile. So we'll see, with the COT index to the downside. So we'll see if this continues to go. We do have an actual FTM to the downside, but it is right at the liquidity zone at the RL270. Nothing for XAP or XAU, XAV. I did trade the Dow going short, and a nice little gain of $2,005 on Friday. This nice overall confirmation on Thursday. Nothing prior to that. It is crowded long in the 60th percentile for next week. Looking at the bonds and grains, this was mixed, not traded. Soybean oil was traded with the COT index to the downside. Nice overall trade on Monday at $252, and a little get back, $174 on Thursday. Bonds continue to show weakness overall in terms of the overall down move. However, commercials are poised to the long side, so we're not trading any of the bonds. And wheat does have an overall signal to the upside for Sunday. We'll see. So basically, off the COT indice was an overall gain. Had 14 fades. 10 of them were winners, of a gain of $4,641 for the week. Trading the overall FTM trades, bumped it up to 25 fades with 18 wins at that point, and mainly going with those that are crowded in the 80th percentile. Bumped my return on equity from 7% to 10%. So good overall fades for the entire week. Nice profits. Looking at next week, biggest changes were that the New Zealand dollar basically turned to mixed. Milk turned to mixed too as well. Then we had two strong selling positioning for the dollar and the mid-cap 400 S&P. VIX, weak buying positioning, however it is moving up. And then of course the complete reversal of the finance S&P to massively crowded long with commercials below their 6-month average. Now sometimes the liquidity here is rather low, so if you want to trade the stock indices like FAS or FAS, which trades finance there with a lot more liquidity, you can do that on the stock indices. If you're interested in these kind of strategies going forward, or programming in both PineScript or Python, auto trading, or understanding the commitment of traders table through Crowded Market Report and Jason Shapiro, click on the links below. And remember, ruthless risk management. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Well, if you like this video, hit the like Rumble button below and the subscribe button. And if you want more information,
Click the course information links below. On the TradingView link and
on TC2000, I have an affiliate link. If you open up a TC2000 account, you will receive a $25 discount using that link. Thank you for your time.